CJ says, they say you got to love yourself first before you can love someone else. But how do you know you are really enough to someone? So they say that you have to love yourself first before you can love someone else. And it depends on what that means, right? Like, it depends on the perspective that you're talking about. From my perspective, we all love ourselves. We all do, right? Unless you are specifically hurting yourself because you are trying to destroy yourself, unless you're in that situation, which is pretty rare. It's very, very rare to be in that situation. Most of the sabotage that we give to ourselves is actually in an attempt to love ourselves. We're doing that because we love ourselves and we don't want to experience the pain anymore. And so we sabotage situations because we're scared of getting hurt. And that is actually a form of self-love. And so it kind of depends on what you mean. What I think they're talking about is coming from a space of having enough love for yourself so that you're not dependent on someone else, which, yeah, that can be true to a certain extent. And you're saying, but how do you know you are really enough to someone? Well, there's kind of an inner and an outer aspect of this, CJ. And the inner aspect of this is that you need to come from a place where you believe that you're enough. If you're coming from a place where you believe that you're enough, you're far more likely to be enough for somebody, right? It seems kind of counterintuitive, right? You have to come from the space where you really believe that you're enough. Because when you're coming from that space, then what happens is the outer part, right? The outer part then comes up for you, where you meet these people, and to some of them, you're never going to be enough. And it doesn't matter what you do, doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter what's going on, or how much you give, or, how perfect you doll yourself up, or, how many times you give them back massages or whatever. It's never, ever going to be enough. And when you meet those people, you will recognize them very, very quickly if you're coming from a space of believing that you're enough. And what's going to happen is you're going to see that person and you're immediately going to go, okay, this isn't good and I don't want anything to do with this. And you're not even going to be remotely attracted to a scenario like that. And you'll just walk away from it. And so I hope that kind of explains that whole situation there, CJ. You have to start with you believing that you are enough. And then you find somebody who sees your value from the very beginning and wants to create something amazing with you. And then you guys build something together that's really, really beautiful. And that's what it looks like.